Welcome to Bloom with Bobby, where women and men from all walks of life share their story. My guest today is the Demitra Woodard. She is an ordained minister. She's a master certified life coach, author, and founder of Speak to It. It is a coaching and empowerment brand dedicated to helping individuals unlock their potential through faith-based principles and practical strategies. Known for her signature Speak to It style, it is a blend of nurturing truth and a no nonsense wisdom. Demetria equips her community to see it before they see it and to walk boldly in purpose. She's also the visionary behind her Next Chapter Foundation, a nonprofit mentoring young women to break cycles and build confidence. Through her new book, Faith, Flourish, Flow, Demitra continues to inspire others to transform their faith into focused action and their pain into purpose. Please welcome my amazing niece, Demitra Woodard. Hi, Dee Dee.
Hey, hey, hey. Hey, Auntie. How you doing?
I am doing amazing because I have you to interview this evening. And I just want to say to our audience is that if they have watched Bloom with Bobby at any time, they know that we ask our female guests to describe a particular blooming plant, a flower that they feel represents or reflects who they are. So I have no idea which flower that Dee Dee has chosen, but she's going to let us know about that right now. So Dee Dee, take it away.
Well, you had me searching a little bit on that one. But I saw and I found that um my flower that represents me, I chose the sunflower. And I chose the sunflower because what I read and researched about the sunflower is that it naturally turns toward the light. And even on the cloudy days, it finds its way to find the light. I thought that was very interesting because really and truly, that's how I live my life as an individual and as a coach. That no matter what season I'm in, no matter where things are going, I try to stay rooted in my faith and keep reaching toward growth, even for the ones that I'm connected with. Because what I'm learning is, especially now in the past few years, that I'm purpose driven and I've found that purpose and I'm super excited about that. And the sunflowers, what I also researched about them, they stand tall. They stand tall together. If you ever notice, there's always fields of sunflower. You hardly ever see a sunflower by itself, and so that reminded me of what I strive for with my clients, with people I mentor, is about community and accountability. So that's really how I cultivate, speak to it, as well as my newest baby, her next chapter for the young women. So to me, blooming isn't about just perfection. It's about positioning. And what I saw with the sunflower is, if you ever notice a field of sunflowers, they're in the right position.
Okay, that's interesting. I always ask our guests, none of us get where we are alone. Someone has helped us to get there. So I want you to tell us about those influential people in your life.
Well, I would say that I have several, but I cannot negate the fact that my mother is one of the most influential, most powerful women in my life, because man, that lady, I just saw a perseverance in her like no other. And there was great influence from her, because I watched her handle life challenges. I watched her go through things that I also saw others give up on. So that perseverance actually helped shaped me and my faith. Even in the midst of the challenges that I've had, I watched her, have that quiet strength, which has actually helped me and shaped me today, as the woman I am, as the coach I am, as the leader that I am. She is definitely, I would say, my most one. Now, I have some powerful mentors too. And what my mentors have taught me is about accountability. One thing that I've learned in this journey with helping others, accountability is major. And that whole accountability and structure, just being structured, being consistent, because you're not going to always get it right. But that consistency and discipline is a huge part of just striving and being able to show up, your character, your integrity. So all of that kind of plays in part of what I've watched powerful mentors kind of just shape me, and just being connected to the right people, being in the right room, all the time. You don't have to say anything. So I've had some major powerful mentors to just kind of shape me, and what I noticed too is their influence grounded me personally and elevated me professionally. So I kudos to, I have several. If I get to naming, I might get in trouble. uh, but I will say that they've helped shape me and mold me, because I'm intentional about, people around me. I'm intentional about who I allow access to me. And even as a coach, I have a coach. I tell people all the time, if you're a therapist, you need a therapist. A pastor need a pastor. So don't think that it stops with you. You always need someone to influence you and have a major grounding structure to help you, because you don't know it all, and I definitely don't even profess to know it all. And I glean off the people that I've gravitated to, and that has just taken me in and shaped me and molded me.
Wow. I love your Speak to It podcast. And when I look at it, I'm looking at your growth, your growth mindset. I'm amazed how much you have progressed and how the contributions that you are making to others. And I am so proud of that. So, what I want to know now, I want to know the backstory uh, to speak to it. What's the story? Why did you start it? The name of it? How did you come up with all of that? Tell me, talk to us.
Wow. I know we ain't got that much time, but I'll shorten it. So, during the pandemic, um, I decided to pursue my certification as a life coach. I'm thinking, I mean, man, I've been doing this all my life, so why not, go for this certification that just really like landed in my lap? Like seriously, my coach was, she was going after her institute certification. So I was a part of that inaugural, that very first graduating class to go through. I can't life coaching. It's ICC Life Institute, where I gained my certification and now I'm master certified. She is one of, well, actually, she is the only life coaching certification school in this region. So that part just kind of landed in my lap. Well, when I went through it, I was like, okay, now that you got it, now you can take this a little further. What are you gonna do with it? So I was walking on a walk, because Auntie, you know how I'm into my fitness. I was on a walk one morning and I literally said, Lord, what am I gonna call this coaching business that everything just seems to be landing in my lap? What am I gonna call it? And literally, I didn't even get to Shelby Drive good. And God said, speak to it. You've been speaking and influencing and motivating people all your life, literally. So call it, speak to it. I was like, wow, okay, I like that. I said, now I gotta take it further. And so it was like everything flowed. And so my mission and my motto and my vision is to empower individuals to speak to those internal things. That's where the it comes from. Speak to those
Mm-hmm.
internal things that
Mm-hmm.
keep them from being their authentic self.
Mm-hmm.
So, with that being said, I was like, "Oh gosh, this is good." And to take it further, I had been writing like podcast titles for 3 years until I got a whole journal just full of topics that I
Oh.
was doing nothing with. I mean, like I would do little motivational clips, a minute here, a minute there. And so it wasn't until my good friend evangelist Erica Nathan, I was one of the speakers at the prayer clinic. One matter of fact, it's been a year and 2 months now because Tidbit Thursday was birthed from that time. Well, I did the prayer clinic, and she came to me and basically spoke over my life and said, Elder, what you waiting on? You holding on to something, and the people are waiting on your yes. And from that moment, I was like, I just had to confess. I was like, you right. I've been wanting to do this podcast. I got journals and journals worth of topics to talk about. And she was like, okay, let's go. Let's do it. Just go live. You trying to get everything perfect. You trying to
Mm-hmm.
get everything right. So just go. So I'm super excited to hear you say how you've seen me grow. Because in the past year, Tidbit Thursday is now a year and 2 months old. And I've just seen it just flourish because I've now I'm operating in my purpose, and I love it. So I'm grateful and blessed that I get to help others. And just on the days when I want to give up, I get these, DMs, or I get somebody texting me and say, I really appreciate you. I don't say much on there, but I hear you. Thank you. You blessed me. So it's just a blessing to be a blessing.
Yeah. Well, you have added author to your list of things that you have done, and also you have a book and a companion workbook. So I want to know. We want to know all about that. So tell me about how this came about, the book, the workbook, and everything. I'm going to get my copy. I just haven't gotten it yet, and pre-order. I'm excited about it. So I want to know because I have no idea. I didn't even know you were writing a book. They had no idea. So talk to us about that.
Yeah, so these last 8 to 10 months have been, I call it my move season. Meaning that I've just been moving when God says move. I've been holding on to this, writing this book for a while. I started, I'd stop it, I started, I'd stop it. Just never finished it. And so God dropped in my spirit probably 8 months ago that I needed to do a spinoff from Speak to It now that I've gained this community, and write this book and also do an event. So I started planning my event. As a matter of fact, my first event will be February the 6th, 2026, which is called Faith, Flourish, Flow as well. And he was very specific with your book needs to be finished by the time the event takes place. So it was kind of funny that I had actually planned the event before the book was actually finished. But the book birthed from the many seasons that I've gone through in my life. I was a single mother for years. All transparency. And if you get a copy of the book, you'll read it in the book. I've been divorced twice. And so it took those seasons of me going through some things to really build my faith. But what I realized is that it wasn't just enough for the faith. I had to start shifting, I had to start moving. Hence, where the flourish part comes from. And even after you flourish, you got to learn how to maintain, which is the flow part. So, the title of the book is Faith, Flourish, Flow. And basically, what it is telling individuals that even through the many seasons, you can navigate, but you got to put the work in. So that the book, there's speak to it declarations. There's, of course, there's scriptures. Because my foundation of speak to it, and even my tidbit Thursday is I give you practical tips with biblical principles to help you navigate your spiritual as well as your natural. Sometimes we get so caught up in beating folks across the head with the Bible, is what I call it. But, how do we relate things to life? So, my book, Faith, Flourish, Flow, literally walks you through practical things that I've gone through in my life. And I know that it will bless others because I know I'm not by myself. And even in the midst of where you are, wherever you are, you still can flourish and flow. You just got to have the faith to believe it. And that's why one of my mantras is see it before you see it. What I am just now birthing, I saw it years ago. I saw it probably 20 years ago, but I never did the work. So even for those who are listening, what's that vision that you've been sitting on? It's time to do the work. It's not too late. 2026 is not here yet. You still got time. You still got time to birth those things. We went through September. September's birthing season. Now we're in October, November. You still got time. 2026 is not here yet. So I challenge you, do it, because I know if I can do it within an 8 month time span, you can too.
Yeah. Dr. Dale Bronner is one of my favorite bishop to listen to on YouTube. And as you were talking, I was thinking about, he said that this journey that we are on, the journey introduces us to ourselves. And then along the journey, we are reintroduced to ourselves. So can you talk about that? Can you see how this long journey you on? Demetria was introduced to, and then Demetria began to be reintroduced to Demetria. Can you see
And
yourself?
you know what?
Can you
I can
talk
make
about
that a
that?
short version, Auntie. The short version of that is I finally identified who I am in the kingdom.
Ooh,
And I, man, that is major. Because when you walk around, yeah, I've always been one of those girls who was confident. I'd walk in the room, shift the room simply from what God had already given me. But the problem with that is that I didn't realize the power that I already had. And so,
mhm,
because I am a mover, groover, shaker, baker, shifter, when I walk in the room, I shift things, even when I didn't know who I really was. But
mhm,
now that I truly know who I am in the kingdom, I don't worry about what nobody else says, because I just said earlier, I'm in my move season. And if God say move, I'm moving. I'm not, I no longer even ask anybody any questions as to should I, could I do. Mm-mm. If God say do it, I'm doing it. So my short answer to that, Auntie, I finally found out who I am in the kingdom. And when I tell you that has been mind blowing, uh sometimes I even say, girl, who that is? Who are you? Uh
right. Mhm, right. Because a
so
different version keeps showing up, I guess, at every stage, and there's a version of Demetria showing up. Like, oh, yeah, but then I did the one last year. So you keep seeing
yep,
yourself, although you're quite satisfied, with knowing who you are in the kingdom, but you're also different. You're the same, but you're different because of the growth and the
yep,
progress. And
yep,
then all of the people that you're contributing to, that you adding value to in their lives. So yeah,
yeah,
yeah, I see a new Demetra. Yeah, same Dee, but because of the growth and the progression, oh, I see a new Demetra is on the scene. She's on the scene. So I see it, and I love what I'm seeing. I
yeah.
really do. I love
Thank
what I'm
you.
seeing. So
Thank
my next question for you is, what's the best advice that a mentor has ever given you, and how has that advice served you personally and professionally?
I would say, I would say the best advice I've gotten, and I've gotten a lot of good advice. But I would say the best advice I think that stuck with me is own it. Meaning that you did it, it's done, own it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that could go both ways. That could go from a standpoint of, was it something that didn't work out too well? Or it could be something that actually worked out very well. But what I'm learning is accountability is major. And the minute you start owning your flaws, is the minute that you'll start progressing. Because once you start owning your own flaws, then you're able to not be so judgmental with somebody else. And because you're not so judgmental with somebody else, you'll be intentional about you. So own it was a big one. And I'll give one more. One more that piece of advice I got was work it. You got all these things you want to do. You got all these plans you want to do. You got, I mean, a dream is just a dream. We make all these vision boards. They look pretty. The pictures are real pretty on the board, but what are you doing with it? When are
Mm-hmm.
you going to execute? So working it, and how I took that was, I've got to execute what God has given me. So those are, I think, two big ones that stuck with me, and still is sticking with me in my personal and in my professional life.
Yeah. What's next?
Ah, what's next? Well, God has already told me that for Faith, Flourish, Flow is a series, a book series. So I've actually started working on part two of it. It's funny, I don't even have the live books in my hand for part one, but God has already said that it is a part two. My new baby, her next chapter foundation, my first meet and greet with those young ladies is December the 9th. So I've literally already have almost 20 young ladies that have signed up within a matter of the span that I put it out there, and it's only been out there a week. So I've got to figure out how to cut that off. Super excited about that. And then my event is coming up.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm focusing on, right now. And I'm in school. I
Mm-hmm.
am going, getting my doctoral degree in organizational leadership. So yeah, yeah,
That's a
yeah.
lot. That's a lot. Well, I can truly say that you are anointed for the journey, and you will continue to do well. You will continue to do well. You built for it. You prepared, and God got you. He has you in the palm of His hand. As always, He will never leave you nor forsake you.
Yes,
Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Lord, for
yes.
being
Thank
with
you.
us. Thank you for being with Demitra.
Thank you.
And I thank you all for watching Bloom with Bobby. Like I always say, you never know what you may hear that could cause your story to end well. Until next time, be blessed.